Hi tribes, I hope you guys are having an amazing week. Just before we get started, I want to remind you about making room for more. If you haven't signed up, could you please do that? It'd be really helpful for us as we plan and prepare specifically around catering. It's only $5, and if you sign up and find out that you can't go, we'll give you your money back. So it'd be super helpful. Go online, vineyard.com/events, and do that. That would be really, really helpful for us. So we've had a really significant few weeks in so many ways as a family, and do you know what, I feel like it's been really timely that we've been talking about this issue of obedience. And you know, there are a lot more sexy things to talk about in church, and there are a lot more I guess inspiring things sometimes to talk about, but really the crux of this whole thing that we are discovering together in following Jesus, joining him and bringing his life to this city, this region, the world around us, really comes down to, are we going to be a people that do what he says? Are we going to be brave enough to open our hearts and our mouths and pray, Lord, speak, we want to hear you, and respond with boldness and courage and humility to live out what he is speaking over us as individuals, as families, and as a big church family together. I really hope you've been provoked over the last couple of weeks. I really hope that you've connected with God. But wherever you are in your tribes this week, we want to reflect on this question of, are we doing what he says? And that really begins with, what do you think he's saying? What do you think God is saying to you at the minute? What's he saying to your family? What's he speaking to you about? And can I just pause us tonight? And what I really want to say is, if God's talking to you about reading your Bible more, that's brilliant. If God's talking to you about praying more, that's brilliant. And we think those are wonderful things, and we spent the whole month of January looking at these repeatable rhythms of spiritual formation in our lives. But the reality is, God is at work in the world. And when we ask the question, what is God speaking to you about, we'd love you to frame it there. Here's the question, how is God inviting you right now to be a blessing to other people? What is he speaking to you about there? How is God speaking to you about engaging in your workplace, in the street that you live in, wherever that kind of is? What kind of stuff is going on there? And if the answer is, I'm not sure, that is a good answer, because then we can pray and we can listen and we can respond. Okay, so don't get nervous if you're thinking about that question and you're going, I'm not sure I have an answer. That's totally okay. Don't make one up. Just honestly say, do you know what, I'm not sure. Maybe I need to ask him, God, what are you saying to me about how I can be a blessing in the world around me? Second question we want you to talk about tonight is, where are you interfacing with fear? Where are you bumping into fear in your life? Where does that kind of flare up? I know that's a pretty vulnerable question, and so be gentle with each other and share appropriately, but we'd love to talk about that. And we'd love you to learn how to see fear as an invitation rather than see fear as an intimidation. We'd love you to see the fear that you bump into in your lives, in your week, in your world, as an invitation to lean in, to press in, because we know and we're convinced that on the other side of obedience we experience God's goodness. For many of us, the goodness of God is an idea or a theology, and that ultimately will disappoint us. But when we experience his goodness, it changes everything. So I really hope wherever you guys are, you have an amazing time interacting around this. Please pray for each other, and please provoke each other. Be accountable with each other as you share where it is that you feel like God's leading you into and what he's saying to you. And in 2 weeks' time, check in, how'd that go, what worked, what didn't work. Remember this, obedience is success. Obedience is success. We can't control the outcome, but we can control whether or not we say yes to what he's saying. So be blessed this week as you gather, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. God bless.